Hi boys and girls, it's Mrs. Andes here. So this week what we're going to be doing is we are going to be using pattern and repetition to create a picture of a peacock. And I've linked some pictures of peacocks in to the Google Classroom picture so you can see that they're a sort of bird that has feathers that fan out and spread, and those feathers are all similar to one another and they create a pattern and repeat each other because it happens over and over and over again. Now, since we can't be at school, things are going to be a little bit different than they were here. We are going to start with a white piece of paper, and if you have watercolor paints and you want to paint all over your white piece of paper to start, you can do that. If you have a colored piece of paper, you want it to be a colored background, you're going to be able to do that. Just choose a colored piece of paper at home. I'm going to start with a white piece of paper because I'm not going to be able to paint mine, but I wanted you to be able to do that if you wanted to paint it first. What I'm going to do is I'm going to work on the feathers today and showing you about pattern and repetition. So we're going to start with your white piece of paper, and again, I'm going to draw with black marker so you can see better, but I want you guys to start with pencil, and then later you can go back and trace with the black marker. So I'm going to start with my piece of paper. You guys will have whatever piece of paper you're working with. Whatever size paper is terrific. That's whatever you guys have at home. That's what I want you to use, okay? And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with these sort of eye-looking parts of your feathers. And we're going to make an arch or a rainbow shape of those feathers. So we're going to start down at the bottom, and we're going to go and draw those ovals in the shape of a rainbow. You want to leave a little bit of space. You don't want them to touch the edge of the paper because we're going to do some other stuff with that. Then inside your picture, inside the eye, you're going to make another circle. So it really is sort of like an eyeball. If you look at the photographs of the peacocks I'm gonna connect in the classroom, you'll see they have these sort of circles or ovals that have a colored center that's kind of like this. We're going to start with our eyes, and then we're going to make these little lines, and we're going to repeat this sort of eyelash effect on all our eyes. These are all going to be different kinds of feathers, but they're all pretty much, they're going to repeat their shape and their pattern. They're going to look very similar to one another. So we have our pattern of the beginnings of our feathers. And then we're going to put a dot right down here at the bottom, nice and light. And we're going to make some almost like flower stems, bringing all those feathers into the same spot, beginning in the same spot. And then we're going to add some lines. You could add some curved lines, some curly lines. You could add some different kinds of shapes. You're going to get to decide. But whatever you decide, you are going to repeat in each one. So let's start maybe with the middle one. And you're going to make one. Maybe you curl it, the first line, like the leaves on a plant. And maybe you want to do that maybe again. But you've got some space in here, so maybe now I'm going to make a V. And so maybe my pattern is going to be curly V, curly V. I'm going to run out of space here, so I'm not going to go all the way down. But then here I'm going to repeat that. Curly V, curly V, curly V, curly V, curly V, curly V. And I'm going to repeat that on every one of those feathers. And that's going to be my pattern. Yours might be something different. It might be V, 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 or curly, curly, curly. These ones are curly, 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 curly. This one If you look at this one isn't finished yet, but the pattern on this one is sort of the curly line VV, curly line VV, curly line VV. So when you finish your pattern, you're going to get to use your crayons, or if you want to use markers, you're going to get to use your crayons and markers on your dry paper, and you're going to get to go back and color those feathers. And whatever you color one feather, you are going to color the next feather, because those patterns on the feathers are going to, that's right, repeat. So if I have a pink feather with a green center first, I'm going to do my next one, pink feather with a green center. I'm going to sort of race through this because I want you guys to be able to work on yours. And I don't want you to be stuck watching me color. So we're going to make sure that those colors that you use repeat. Dark blue, light blue center, dark blue outside, light blue center, dark blue outside, light blue center, dark blue outside. Pink with a green middle, pink with a green middle, pink with a green middle. We're going to make those repeat. And then the next part we're going to do, when that is all finished and you've colored that, there's another part we're going to do using a smaller piece of paper and a pair of scissors. We're going to work on our peacock's head. Now, I'm going to put it up here because I'm going to just draw it from here, and then I'm going to cut it out for you. So with your pencil, you're going to start again. You want to make sure it's pencil. You're going to make a shape that sort of looks like mostly a circle, but it doesn't connect at the bottom. And then you're going to make 2 lines down for the long neck. Okay? Next part, you're going to make a mouth or a beak. You can make an eye. And you might want to take the pattern, one of those lines that you use for the eyelashes, to sort of repeat that design. We're going to get to draw your peacock head, and then we will cut it out. So if you don't have scissors right now, you can wait, because this part is going to be pretty easy, and you can do this part when I'm done talking. So you're going to draw your peacock head. You're going to cut it out. And it's going to go right on top of your peacock. Now, I don't have glue, but I do have some tape. So I'm going to make my little tape rolls, and I'm going to stick the tape rolls underneath my peacock head. I'll show you guys. I don't have glue at home. But if you guys have glue, you can put just a little skinny line of glue. We don't want glue all over the place. And then I'm going to put, when my feathers are done, I'm going to put my peacock head back on, and maybe I want to also add, with my black marker, just a little bit more lines for the peacock's feathers that go on top of their head. So I'm not going to stay and color all of my picture, but I want you guys to spend as much time as you need to coloring your pictures. I would love if when you're done, you would take a picture of them and send them to me. I'd love to see them, and we can post them, and maybe hopefully everyone can look at each other's at some later point. Okay? Sounds good. If you have any questions, you can email me. And I hope you guys are all doing great. I really miss you. I'm sorry we're not together in school, but we will talk to each other online and hopefully see each other again soon. Okay, thank you. Bye.